Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Once again, I'm Joseph Najjar and we are at Bankstown ALFA tournament, hosted later. Lovely MP, Kylie Wilkinson. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
That's good. So, let's start off with the Matildas, because that's, let's be honest, at a soccer event or a football event, that's the thing on everyone's mind. What do you think of their chances tomorrow night against England?
I think they've got a great chance, and with all the crowds behind them, I think they'll do very, very well, and we're hoping for another win tomorrow night.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all hoping for a Matildas World Cup final victory. Where will you be watching the game? Home with family, friends?
I'm probably watching at home with friends over.
Yeah. It's the most relaxing place to do it.
That's exactly right, yeah.
But now to the ALFA tournament. What do you think of a football tournament like this? It's not just promotes football, but it also promotes unity through multiculturalism in this tournament. What do you say about that?
I think it's a great event. Anything that brings people together for a common cause, no matter if it's cultural or if it's just friends playing to get sport, I think it's wonderful. So, I love attending these events, and I think it'll be great to watch the draw tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Maybe the way the Matildas are playing, some of the people who are trying to get into this tournament can ask the Matildas for advice. What do you say about that?
Well, I'm sure the lady players will have lots of advice. They're very skillful, and it's absolutely wonderful watching them. Yeah.
They're fantastic. They could run circles around me. That doesn't say much, but they can still run circles around me.
Yes.
Right, MP Wilkinson, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we can see, the room is starting to fill in. We have scores of gentlemen, of women starting to stream in. We have a table right there. Hi guys, how are you? Oh.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here I have the president of the Australian Chinese Soccer Association. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yes.
That's good. How important is tonight's event, especially in terms of not just promoting football, but multiculturalism and unity through football?
The word. Yeah, that's the word. I mean, multiculturalism. That's the word that we need to get together. Soccer unites everyone.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. So.
And then how long again have you been the head of the Australian Chinese Soccer Association?
Oh, it's only my second year.
Only your second year.
Only my second year now.
All right.
It's been really a great pleasure to be the head of the association.
All right. Now going into your second year, you've had your first year already. How excited are you for tonight's event, and what are you looking forward to the most?
Look, we just want to make friends.
Absolutely.
That's all.
So the friendship aspect.
Just friendship. Just want to participate in the soccer game.
Absolutely.
We don't care about whether we win or lose. We just want to make some friends.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Obviously, you're hoping you win too as well.
Soccer makes friends. That's it.
I might go to this gentleman here. Hi, sir. Who is this lovely gentleman?
He's our vice chairman.
Vice chairman.
Yeah, Joseph.
Oh, I'm Joseph too. Nice to meet you, Joe.
Joseph is all good guys, huh?
Oh, and the prettiest guys. How long have you been vice chairman, sir?
This is the second year, same as him.
Oh, second year.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in your second year as vice chairman? Because you have the first year behind you. You know what it's like. What are you looking forward to even more now?
We try to, to have more, even not just only play with other country or other association.
Yeah.
We also would like to create our own, to invite some other different association to join with us to play, to make friends and for fun.
All right. Now, Joe, I feel comfortable calling you that because I'm also a Joe. Who's the better football player out of the two of you? Let's be honest here.
He will say him.
Oh, you're going to say he's...
It's me.
You concur it's him. Wow, I was expecting... I'm not going to lie, gentlemen, I was expecting a bit more... I was expecting a bit more of a contentious debate, but I'm glad that we agreed.
Let's have a game, then we can show you.
Okay. So Joe isn't just the pretty one, also the most skilled one.
Thank you.
My pleasure, boys. Have a good night. Thanks, lads. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you? Good. I'm Joseph with Ozar. Oh, I can...
Start with the
I just want to quickly see the highlights. What is this? Spain versus Sweden. All right, I might come around. So, at this table, who are we rooting for, Spain or Sweden?
Yeah, I think Sweden is too good for Spain.
Oh, okay. Well, they
because
demolished some teams
I saw
earlier.
a couple of the highlights.
All right.
And they are quite very well organized team, and I think hopefully we get Sweden against Australia in final.
All right.
The way it goes, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take that the consensus here is everybody is rooting for the Matildas.
Yeah.
Let's say hypothetically Sweden wins this match because they are playing well. Do you think Australia has much of a chance against the Swedish?
Definitely. 90%. Yeah.
90%?
No, I go 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give 10% for love.
Okay.
Yeah, Australia have a very good chance of winning the competition because of the home ground,
Yeah.
Yeah, 80,000 spectators behind them, so I say that's a good chance.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oi, oi, oi.
So I say good chance, and hopefully Australia win.
All right, gentlemen, I hate to play the devil's advocate, and please don't hate me for this, but out of the 4 remaining teams in the competition, Australia is ranked last. Despite the home field advantage, are you still as confident as you say that we can beat Swedish or the Spain? Why do you say that, sir?
Australia played who they play last?
They played the French, and they won in a very... That's true. They did win in a very tight penalty.
Possession of the game during the game for 90 minutes.
They've done well.
All right.
Very well, Australia.
All right.
So, unfortunately, Australia went to penalty shootouts and they won, but that's football.
That is football. I'm trying to remember the dates in my head. So Australia is playing England tomorrow night. The final is sometime next week. Sunday, was it?
1 week from today.
1 week from today. So
And the other reason I am very confident
yes,
that Australia win, because if you see the first game against Nigeria that they lost 3-2,
yeah,
and when you see the progress of the team, they are getting better and better game after game.
okay,
They are gelling more as a team. They are more organized, and Stam Kerr now, hopefully he's 100% fit, and she makes a difference. You know that she's top class player.
Absolutely.
And that is the whole reason that I feel that Australia has a very good chance of winning the competition.
Well, obviously a big part of the Australian spirit is rooting for the underdog. Australia certainly may be the underdog in the spirit, but I think we all say with passion, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good night. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very familiar face who's just walked into the room.
Hello.
Councillor Rochelle Harika.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, so now we are here tonight for ALFA,
Yes.
but a big part of tonight, the discussion, is tomorrow's match against the Matildas.
Okay.
How do you think the Matildas are going to do against the English?
I think they're going to smash it, hopefully, because I'm hanging for that public holiday. Yes.
Okay, I got to ask, what public holiday? Because this is the first I'm hearing about it.
I think that there was some discussion around, it's up to, I think, the premiers to see whether, if the Matildas win, that we get a public holiday. So I'm not quite sure what the stance is yet for the premier, Chris Minns is, but I do hope that, we do get a public holiday out of it if we do win. But go the Matildas.
Go the Matildas, and I got to be honest, even if there's a public holiday, ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm I will be working on that public holiday. So that is
Thank you
sad.
very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
But if we could quickly also talk about ALFA, how important is tonight's event? Because it's not just about football, it also brings together many communities through football. How important is that to you?
It's very important. It's just the start of the ALFA Cup, so I'm really excited to see which team is versing against who. And like I said, I'm a person of sports, and I feel like sports is really important. It brings the community together. It brings even the local, state, and sometimes federal levels of government together to enjoy just a game of football. So I look forward to seeing who draws out of the hat and which teams are versing who. So it's really exciting.
Oh, absolutely. Sport is the one thing that can bring all political parties, regardless of
That's
stance,
right.
together.
That's right.
Councillor Harika, you're always a pleasure to interview. I'd like to thank you once again.
Thank you very much. Thank you
My
for
pleasure.
interviewing me.
Thank you. All right. Good evening, gentlemen. How are we tonight? Good?
Good, thanks.
Now, I am going to quickly talk about the Matildas because that is probably one of the foremost things on people's minds tonight. What do people here say about the Matildas' chance of winning the World Cup?
I think they've got a good chance.
They've got a good chance?
Get through tomorrow night. I think they've got a really good chance to win it.
Gentlemen, do you agree with that consensus?
I think so, yeah. If we can beat France,
Well, yeah, the threat, that was
so I have good chances.
that was some jaw-dropping
Take
stuff.
it game by game. So see how we got tomorrow. That's England, and hopefully they win.
Absolutely.
Definitely. 100%.
Definitely. Gentlemen, I have been playing the devil's advocate tonight. I do want to also confirm I am a huge Matildas fan. But out of the 4 teams, Matildas are ranked last. Despite that fact, do you still think we have a great chance of winning this final?
They'll have 75,000 other people behind them. They'll get through.
Oh, 100%. Cheering loudly. Cheering loudly. I'm now going to ask you, gentlemen, about the ALFA tournament. Now, as we all know, the president is Remy Wehbeer. He is a huge football fan, but he also emphasizes on the point of unity through football. Like, this is a very multicultural tournament. How important is it to you, gentlemen? Not just the football aspect, but the multicultural component.
Look, I've been involved in this since 2013, and I've seen it right from the start. 6 teams at the start, and it's always been about football on the day and playing for your country. And it's been really good. It has been enjoyable.
It has,
and that's why we keep coming back and refereeing.
Absolutely, gentlemen. How important is the multicultural aspect for you?
Very, very important. It brings everyone together, so yeah, it's very important.
Absolutely.
Same as the gentleman said, it's very important, and it's been very successful for the last 10 years. All about football, as Dan said.
Absolutely. How excited are you to see the Lebanese teams? Because I take it you gentlemen are Lebanese.
Exactly.
Sorry?
We're both in the committee.
You're both in the committee? Well, I was going to say...
We don't want to give any security.
Oh, no, I was going to say because... Oh, absolutely. I was going to say because I played Lebanese street football like everybody else, and I know how impressive the Lebanese team can be. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, gentlemen. I hope you have a good night. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the room is starting to fill up. Hi, sir. How are you? That's good. What's your name, sir?
My name is Hassan.
Hassan, and what do you do, sir?
I work in real estate.
Real estate? Okay. You a huge football fan as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. How important is the multicultural aspect in the ALFA tournament? Because it's not just about football, it's also about unity through football. So we obviously have Remy, who's obviously well known in the Lebanese community, but we also have the head of the Australian Chinese Football Association, the Australian Chinese Football Association. How important is the multicultural aspect?
Look, I definitely believe by engaging sports, you definitely you're definitely in a position where you're having some sort of community correspondence that does take place. And I definitely think by doing so, you are engaging the community on multi levels. It's not just about football; it's about bringing together, finding out what kind of commonalities are in place, and I think that's probably one of the main important things when it comes to engagement, finding common interest and working on it.
Absolutely. I do also have to ask, how dangerous, for lack of a better word, do you think the Lebanese football teams are going to be? Because I'm assuming you are Lebanese descent, and having played street football in Lebanon myself, I know how incredible Lebanese football players are. How dangerous do you think they are going to be in the tournament later this year?
Look, I definitely do believe they have a bit of heart and drive. So
definitely a passion.
I think there's going to be a bit more strategy than run hard, tackle hard, and
not like in rugby.
But I guess we'll be alright. No, they'll be alright. They've got a bit of drive and they've got a bit of finesse to them. So I think definitely they'll show something that'll be quite interesting to see, I believe.
All right, so well, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hi, gentlemen. How are you? Good. How are you? Would you like? I'm Joseph with Oz Arab Media. What's your name?
My name's Zach Dulevsky.
That's good. And what is it you do, sir?
I belong to Bankstown City Lions. We've been with the club for a lot of years.
Oh, there you go.
40 years. I used to be ex-president there.
So you would know pretty well one of our reporters, Christine Nassif Tadros.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so a lot of history in Bankstown area.
How important is tonight for you? This is obviously a very multicultural football event.
I think it's fantastic. I think it brings everybody together. They've got all different races, different religions, everything coming together, which is fantastic, which is absolutely beautiful thing, and that's what Australia is all about.
Absolutely. The president of ALFA, Remy Wehbeer, he's always emphasised the importance of multiculturalism, community, unity, and he definitely put his heart and soul into this tournament. You can see the passion. the multiculturalism behind it.
100%. I agree with him. Yeah, and he's doing a fantastic job.
I concur.
We've been involved in the cup since it all opened, so it's been fantastic.
And you look like someone who obviously knows his football very well. I do want to ask this. What do you think the chances are of the Matildas winning tomorrow night?
Well, when I was president, I had Mary Harlow playing for us, the Bankstown City Lions. So I think let's give them the big go-ahead and support them. I think they're going to win.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have been playing the devil's advocate all night. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I am a huge Matildas fan. But out of the 4 remaining teams, Spain and Sweden are playing right now. I don't know the score, but the results hasn't been decided. But Australia is ranked last out of the remaining 4. Do you think that matters much in the Matildas' chance of winning this tournament?
I think the girls are fantastic.
Yeah.
They've picked up their act, and they also... the girls are just fired up. They've got we want to win. And that's the most important thing. When it's in you want to win, that's the biggest success.
Their match against France was unlike anything I'd ever seen.
They were hungry for their game.
They were starving.
Yes. And that's the most important thing that you've got to have in a game, that you want to win.
I concur. Well,
so let's hope that they will win, and let's celebrate them. Wish them all good luck.
Well, sir, I'd like to thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Anthony Maroon over there. We might go ask him for his professional opinion.
Young Joseph.
I'm not going to say old Anthony because you don't look a day over 25. And I don't usually say that to most people, but Mr. Maroon is a good friend, not just of me, but of Oz Arab Media. How are you today, sir?
I'm good, Joe. How are you going, mate?
Yeah, fantastic. You know, I have to... A little fun fact before we go into this. You are the first person I've ever interviewed 3 times.
Oh, really?
So take that as a special milestone, I guess you could say.
I hope that I hope this continues. I hope you're not going, oh, he's over there, I'll just interview him again.
Yeah, you know, like, oh, not this guy over there. No, you're always a pleasure, my friend. Yeah, you're a rugby league radio host.
Yeah.
So what's it like to be at a soccer event tonight or a football event?
Oh, I like being around you guys. So whatever sport, it doesn't really matter. I think the beautiful thing here, Joseph, is that what we see from sport, certainly my experience has been in my game, rugby league, but in the world game or any game, is that, you know, 100% of people that play, 1% of them might reach some sort of professionalism. You'd like to hope the other 99% just learn how to work within the community, be successful men and women, find structure, find what sport means in the community. And it just means, for a lot of people, a lot of success, a lot of family, a lot of good times.
Oh, absolutely. I do want to ask you a question about Alpha, but I do want your professional sporting opinion. What do you think the Matildas' chances are of winning the World Cup?
Mate, you'd probably know more than me
than
that. Well, I mean, I'd have no idea. I'm just on the bandwagon like everybody else at the moment. I hope, mate, I would love to see it. You know, for those old enough, Joseph, it reminds me of, you wouldn't have been born, but when Australia
I am pretty old.
Well, that's exactly right. When the Australia won the America's Cup, the yachting thing, and I was in year 12, and like nobody knew a thing about yachting, least of all my father, but he'd yell at the TV, do this, do that, and it's the same sort of a vibe, I think, right now with the Matildas.
Wait, yachting? What?
Yeah, yachting, yacht racing, yeah. You know.
Oh, yacht racing.
Yacht racing, yeah.
I heard the word yachting, and I'm like...
Yeah, no, he didn't love it. He loved telling them what to do. But
there you go.
I don't think my father ever been to the beach, but he knew all about yachting.
Well, there you go. If he'd been to Lebanon, it would be very hard for him not to go to the beach.
Absolutely, yes.
Now the ALFA Association. Now, a big thing about ALFA is it's not just a sporting event. It's not just your run-of-the-mill sporting event, but the president, Mr. Wehby, he's also put a high emphasis on unity through sport. And we can see that through the many cultures that participate. How important is unity through sport?
Oh, mate, it's everything. I mean, look, it gets back to what I was talking to before. Even I look over there now, there's people embracing, hugging, shaking hands, long time no see, and it does bring cultures together.
Absolutely.
And as I said before, it teaches a lot of people how to be team players and how to be successful. I think particularly where we are having this event tonight in Bankstown, you know, it's a real melting pot. It's the real cultural centre of Sydney.
Absolutely.
And I feel sorry for anyone who hasn't been here and experienced it for themselves, whether it's the Centro or the bloody Bankstown RSL or any of the many, many restaurants. It's a really great part of Sydney.
I concur. It's like the United Nations put into one city.
Absolutely. It is, mate. And I say that you're the Richard Wilkins of the United Nations. You're TV's man of the United Nations.
I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
I appreciate it, mate. And go the Matildas.
Oh, absolutely. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Thanks, Anthony. I look forward to our 4th interview.
Thank you, Joe. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Anthony. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Triple M radio host Anthony Maroon. Always a gentleman, a good friend of Oz Arab, not just of Oz Arab Media, but of the entire community. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done a few interviews. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in for our interviews. Once again, today's event is the draw of the ALFA tournament to be held later this year. Once again, I'm Joseph Najal with Oz Arab Media.